Coach, first off, how are you feeling coming off that undefeated regular season just like last year heading into this thing?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I don't know if the reality's quite set in just yet. As a coach, you're always getting ready for the next match, but it does feel good. And yeah, I'm very proud of our group to be able to sweep the season again. It's pretty remarkable stuff. So just really proud of our girls and just the way they bring it every single day. I think that's contributed to our success and our consistency on top of being a very talented team. It's a group that's very hungry, and just one of our mottos is to get better every day, and I think our team's really embraced that again this year.
What does it say about your team that you were able to win the SEC without Carson? With her being sidelined and dealing with that, but you guys were still able to not lose during that stretch.
Yeah, it was really excellent job of the group. I wouldn't say we necessarily pulled together or anything like that, but it was a big loss losing Carson. Anytime you lose an All-American, that's a pretty big deal, and especially on a squad as small as ours with our 8 scholarships. When you go down to 7 scholarship players and losing an All-American, that's a pretty big deal. And our girls just really embraced that, and I think it might have taken us all kind of maybe a week or two to kind of really know what that feels like. And I couldn't be happier with the way that we continue to perform at a high level there.
I overheard you after the Georgia game said you had a conversation, I guess, with Salma right before that, and it seems like since then she's regrouped and obviously had a big win in that match. Just what have you seen from her, and what kind of are some things you were helping her? One of those girls who had to move up a lot.
I think it was a really simple conversation that just kind of really resonated. It's almost the conversation kind of revolved around you're an excellent tennis player. You've played very good tennis already this season. You've had an amazing career in college. You've had an amazing career in the juniors. And, I think it was just kind of a little bit of a doubt creeping into her head there. And I think it was just a very simple conversation of, I remember telling her, you've got on one shoulder, you got the thought that you can do it, and this shoulder's telling you can. You got to listen to this shoulder there, and I think it was just kind of just a real simple thing of just drawing on some of the past matches that you've performed at a high level and just taking the doubt out. And there's nothing like a win. She beat Vidmanova from Georgia, who I think was ranked 10 in the nation or so, and it was a marathon match with high drama. And I think when you can pull through in a match like that, that kind of takes care of any doubt or beliefs you might have. So Salma's very confident right now, and just like the whole team is.
I imagine when we hear the SEC awards come out, we might hear about Mary being Player of the Year, and potentially Mia, the Freshman of the Year as well. Just what have you seen from them, their growth over this year? I mean, if it was so easy, everyone would go from in the 60s to number 3 in the nation, but it doesn't happen obviously for Mary, and then for Mia to just kind of not miss a stride at all.
Yeah, for Mary and Mia, it's just been remarkable. I mean, they're honestly like world-class tennis players as far as I'm concerned. I think they're both going to have great professional careers, and they're just great athletes. They just love tennis. They're just truly striving to get better every day. I think they're going to rename the Player of the Week award after Mary Steele-Anna. I believe she'll be her 7th time now. I believe 4 times is the most anyone's ever won it, which is pretty incredible. And Mia's won quite a few as well. And with Mia just coming in January, it's remarkable. We've had a lot of really good freshmen coming in mid-year, and it's a struggle. And Mia's only lost 1 match all year, and it's truly. I think their winning percentages are both around 90-95% playing lines 1 and 3. It's a pretty incredible job by both of them.
Does your preparation and just kind of your focus change at all as you get into this part of the season and postseason, and just what's different heading forward?
Yeah, it's we try to keep things the same, kind of the same preparation and the same thought process, but it does feel different going in the tournament format. We'll be playing clinch from here on out. As soon as a team reaches 4 points, the team match is over. And I think one of the messages too will be just taking care of business when we can. If we hopefully, if we're in control of Friday, it's putting that match away so we're ready to play for Saturday. And the same story for Saturday. If we get chances to put a team out, we take care of business and get ready for Sunday. The longer those matches drag out, the back-to-back-to-back matches is always a bit of a challenge. So I think it's just, playing every point at the highest of levels and taking care of business when we can. And it's great to get the double bye. On the other hand, we'll be playing either Vanderbilt or Alabama, who have played a match the day before and will be sharp. So those first round matches can always be kind of tricky. So the preparation here, the next few days, we'll be getting in the Fayetteville tonight. We'll get 2 good practices in on Wednesday and another good practice in on Thursday. So we're ready to go on Friday.
In your experience, how does the playing surface play up there, or what kind of things do you think in that environment you have to lean on?
I think it's going to be a nice playing environment there. There's some tricky weather, looks like there. I know it's going to be super windy tomorrow and good chance of rain Thursday and Friday, so it could be some indoor tennis. I think the good news is their indoor courts play very kind of average speed. It's not like sometimes it's like lightning fast indoors, and we're not playing the home team either, which is kind of nice. I think their outdoor courts play pretty similar, so it won't be a big stark contrast going from outdoors to indoors. So I think it'll be a nice venue to play at. They've got a nice outdoor and a nice indoor facility, and I don't think the conditions are going to be too tricky one way or the other, which will be nice.
Last few times we talked to you, you even mentioned about where your doubles is at, and now that you're heading towards postseason, and maybe matches will get a little bit closer, maybe not in the SEC, but look in the future. Where do you feel you're at on that?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out 3 doubles, to be honest with you. We've tried some different scenarios. I'm likely going to go back to Morelos and Pilot this weekend. They had an excellent fall together, and early in the season we didn't play Morelos a lot with Carson Brandstein in there. So I'm going to go back to that. At least that'll be the plan with the practices the next few days. We've performed so well at 1 and 2. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me to switch up 1 and 2. We've been pretty rock steady there in those positions, and it's just a little bit of, I was talking earlier about the confidence. I think we just need to get 1 good win and realize we're all just fine, because whether I put Smetkonikov, Pilot, or Morelos out there, they're all excellent tennis players. We just got to click and get the chemistry going a little bit better and just play the big points a little bit better. The doubles is such a quick deal. It's sometimes a 15, 20-minute match, and if you just got to be sharp every point and just execute a little bit more on the big points. I feel like we're just really backing down on the big points at 3 doubles. We got to just take matters in our own hands and be a little more decisive out there. But yeah, the doubles points are going to be critical in the SEC tournament, and then moving on to the NCAA tournament. This margin for victory is very close, and that doubles point goes a long way. So we've performed well as a group all year. I think we're something like 19-4 in doubles, but we do just need to get a little bit sharper at 3 to just kind of take a little pressure off the 1 and 2 doubles positions.
You feel like going into the SEC tournament, you guys are kind of the team with the target on your back, so everyone's going to be probably done it for you?
We definitely have the target on our back, with being the 2-ranked team. These other teams are looking at a victory, or the Aggies could get them in the tournament or get them seeded in the tournament. So we have a big target at our back, and I think a lot of teams are playing with a little pressure against us. But we've really embraced that role. I think we like that position. That's where we want to be. So we just got to continue on doing what we're doing and performing at a high level. And at the end of the day, I think it's the other teams that's going to have to play a great tennis match to get us. So I feel very good with the way things are going, and I'm looking forward to a run here at the SEC tournament.